CEO asked, "Why does your daughter call me mommy?" A single dad's answer left her speechless. The elevator doors slid open on the 42nd floor, revealing the gleaming headquarters of Sterling Industries. Marcus Chen stepped out, pushing a yellow industrial vacuum cleaner, his maintenance uniform crisp despite the early hour. At 6 a.m. the building was still quiet, which was exactly how he preferred it. "Morning, Marcus," called out Janet from reception as she arrived with her coffee. "Morning, Janet, you're in early today. Board meeting prep. The new CEO starts today, and Mr. Sterling wants everything perfect." She rolled her eyes good-naturedly. "As if our regular perfect isn't good enough." Marcus smiled and continued toward the executive suite. He'd been working as a maintenance technician at Sterling Industries for 3 years now, ever since his wife Rachel passed away from cancer. The night shift had seemed impossible with a newborn, so he'd taken this early morning position. It paid less than his previous engineering job, but it meant he could pick up his daughter, Lily, from his mother's house by 3 p.m. every day. As he began his rounds, he heard the unexpected click of heels on marble. He glanced up to see a woman in a sharp charcoal suit striding down the hallway, her blonde hair pulled back in an elegant bun. She carried a leather briefcase and moved with the kind of confidence that commanded attention. Their eyes met briefly. Hers were a striking green, and for a moment, something flickered across her face. Surprise, perhaps, or recognition, though Marcus was certain they'd never met. "Good morning," she said, her voice warm despite the early hour. "Good morning, ma'am. You're in early." "First day jitters," she admitted with a slight smile. "I'm Alexandra Sterling." "And you are?" Marcus straightened, suddenly aware he was gripping a vacuum cleaner. "Marcus Chen Maintenance." "Well, Marcus Chen, it's nice to meet someone who takes pride in their work." She gestured to the spotless hallway. "The building looks impeccable." "Thank you, Miss Sterling, and congratulations on the new position." She nodded, that enigmatic smile lingering as she continued to her office. Over the following weeks, Marcus noticed that Alexandra Sterling was unlike any executive he'd encountered. She arrived before most of the staff, often carrying her own coffee, and she learned everyone's names, from the security guards to the parking attendants. When she saw Marcus, she always stopped to chat, asking about his day with genuine interest. "You have a daughter, right?" she asked one morning as he was replacing light bulbs in the conference room. "Yes, ma'am, Lily. She just turned 3. Alexandra's expression softened. "3 is a wonderful age. All curiosity and wonder." "That's one way to put it," Marcus laughed. "Last week she insisted on wearing her princess costume to the grocery store and introduced herself as Queen Lily of the Frozen Foods." Alexandra's laughter was unexpected and genuine, transforming her face entirely. "I would have loved to see that." It was something, Marcus admitted. Being a single parent means choosing your battles. A tiara in public seemed like a small price for a peaceful shopping trip. Something shifted in Alexandra's eyes, a depth of understanding that went beyond polite sympathy. "You're doing it alone?" "My mother helps, but yes. My wife passed away when Lily was born." "I'm so sorry." The words were simple, but her tone carried real empathy. "That must be incredibly difficult." Their conversations became a regular occurrence. Marcus learned that Alexandra had turned around 3 failing companies and had a weakness for terrible puns. Alexandra learned that Marcus had an engineering degree he'd never used professionally, that he sang off-key lullabies to Lily every night, and that he was teaching himself coding in whatever free time he could find. One rainy Tuesday, everything changed. Marcus received a frantic call from his mother at noon. "Marcus, I'm so sorry, but I've had a fall. Nothing broken, but the doctor wants to keep me overnight for observation. Can you get Lily?" "Of course, Mom, don't worry about anything." He hung up and immediately called his supervisor. "Tom, I have a family emergency. I need to leave early today." "Marcus, we've got the quarterly investor presentation this afternoon. I need you to finish the executive floor." I understand, but my mother's in the hospital and I need to pick up my daughter. Can't someone else get her? This is important. Marcus felt his jaw tighten. My daughter is important. I'll come in early tomorrow to make up the time. You do that, and we'll discuss whether this job is the right fit for you. He was gathering his equipment when Alexandra rounded the corner. She took one look at his face and stopped. Marcus, what's wrong? Family emergency. I have to go. Talk to me. Maybe I can help. The kindness in her voice broke through his stress. My mother fell and is in the hospital. I need to pick up my daughter. But Tom says I can't leave because of the investor presentation. Alexandra's expression hardened in a way Marcus had never seen. Tom said that? She pulled out her phone. Tom, this is Alexandra Sterling. Marcus Chen has a family emergency and is leaving immediately with my full approval. Cancel that? No, I don't think you understand. This isn't a request. She ended the call and turned back to Marcus. Go get your daughter. We'll sort everything else out later. Ms. Sterling, I can't ask you to. You're not asking. I'm telling. Family comes first always. Now go. The next morning, Marcus arrived at work at 5 a.m. to make up the lost time. He was vacuuming the executive suite when Alexandra emerged from her office. Marcus, what are you doing here so early? Making up for yesterday. Absolutely not. She walked over and unplugged his vacuum. Marcus, can I ask you something personal? Why are you working maintenance when you have an engineering degree? The question caught him off guard. How did you... I may have looked at your personnel file. You graduated top of your class from Carnegie Mellon. What happened? Marcus leaned against his cart. Life happened. Rachel got sick right after Lily was born. I needed flexibility and steady hours. Engineering jobs wanted 60-hour weeks and business travel. This job gets me home for my daughter. You gave up your career? I chose my daughter. There's a difference. Alexandra nodded slowly. What if you could use your engineering skills here and still maintain your schedule? We're developing a new facilities management software system and desperately need someone who understands both the technical side and the practical application. Are you offering me a job? I'm offering you an opportunity. Same hours you work now, better pay, and you'd be using that brilliant mind for more than vacuuming. That evening, Marcus talked to Lily as he tucked her in. Daddy's boss wants to give him a different job, he explained. Is she the nice lady you talk about? Marcus blinked. I talk about her? You smile when you tell Grandma about work now. You didn't used to smile about work. 2 days later, Marcus showed up at Alexandra's office with a Tupperware container in his decision. Lily insisted I bring you these, he said, offering the cookies. They're chocolate chip, made with extensive 3-year-old supervision. Alexandra's face lit up. These smell amazing. Please tell Lily thank you for me. You can tell her yourself if the offer still stands. It does. Then I accept. The transition was smoother than Marcus expected. They fell into an easy collaboration, often working early mornings when the building was quiet. One morning, about a month into his new role, Alexandra brought 2 coffees to their meeting. You remembered I take it black, Marcus noted. I notice things about people I care about, she said, then seemed to realize what she'd said. A faint blush colored her cheeks. They worked in silence for a while before Alexandra spoke again. Can I tell you something? When I took this position, I was running from something. A failed engagement, family pressure, the realization that I'd built a successful career but had absolutely no personal life to show for it. She stared at her coffee. You reminded me what actually matters. You made the hardest choice a person can make. You put love before ambition. Marcus felt something shift between them. She wants to meet you, he said suddenly. What? Lily. She's been asking about Daddy's nice boss lady. I usually take her to the park on Saturday mornings. If you're not busy, maybe you'd like to join us. Alexandra's smile was radiant. I would love that. Saturday morning, when Alexandra arrived at the park dressed in casual jeans and a soft blue sweater, Lily took one look at her and whispered to Marcus, "She's pretty like the princess in my book." "Yeah, she is," Marcus agreed. "Hi, Lily. I've heard so much about you." Lily surprised Marcus by walking right up to Alexandra. "Did you like our cookies?" "They were the best cookies I've ever had. Daddy helped, but I did all the important parts." That sealed it. Lily took Alexandra's hand and led her toward the swings, chattering about everything under the sun. The park became a regular Saturday morning event. Sometimes they'd go to museums instead, or for walks along the river. Alexandra became part of their routine, and somewhere along the way, Marcus realized he'd fallen completely in love with her. It was the small moments that did it, the way she helped. Lily learned to tie her shoes with infinite patience. How she remembered that Lily didn't like tomatoes but loved carrots. The time she showed up with Band-Aids decorated with unicorns after Lily mentioned scraping her knee. Then came the day that changed everything. Marcus was running late, having dealt with a minor flood in Lily's bathroom. He rushed to drop her at daycare. "Daddy forgot to sign my permission slip," Lily informed her teacher. "What permission slip?" Marcus asked, his heart sinking. "For the zoo trip next week. It was due yesterday. Lily won't be able to attend." Marcus watched his daughter's face crumple and felt like the worst father in the world. He made it to work feeling devastated. Alexandra found him in his office, staring at his computer. "Marcus, what's wrong?" He explained about the permission slip. "She was so excited about that zoo trip, and I forgot." "You're human. You're allowed to forget things, not things that matter to her." "Then we'll fix it." She pulled out her phone. "I know the director of the zoo. Let me make a call." "Alexandra, you don't have to." "I want to. Family helps family." Marcus's breath caught. "Family?" She met his eyes. "Yes, family." That afternoon, Alexandra called Marcus. "Pick Lily up early today. We're going to the zoo." They spent the afternoon wandering through exhibits, with Alexandra and Marcus taking turns reading information to Lily, who was fascinated by every animal. At the penguin exhibit, Lily insisted they all waddle like penguins, which resulted in several tourists taking photos of the cute family. Neither Marcus nor Alexandra corrected them. As the day wound down, they stopped for dinner at the zoo cafe. Lily was coloring when she looked up suddenly. "Miss Alexandra?" "Yes, sweetheart. Why don't you come live with us? You're at our house all the time anyway." Marcus choked on his water. "Lily, that's not—" But Lily continued, "You could have the guest room. Then Daddy wouldn't be sad when you leave." "I'm not sad when she leaves," Marcus protested weakly. "Yes, you are. You get all quiet and you look at the door." After they dropped Alexandra at her car and Lily was strapped in, Marcus lingered by the driver's door. "I'm sorry about earlier," he said. "Marcus." "Yeah?" "She's not wrong. About me spending a lot of time at your place. About the door. About me wanting to be there." His heart stopped. "What?" "I'm in love with you," she said. "I have been for months. I love how you parent, Lily. I love your terrible jokes, and how you always make sure everyone around you has what they need. And I'm completely in love with your daughter, too." Marcus kissed her. When they broke apart, they were both smiling. "I love you too," he whispered. From the car, Lily's voice rang out. "Are you guys kissing? I can see you in the mirror." They got into the car and Marcus turned to face his daughter. "Lily, how would you feel if Miss Alexandra and Daddy started seeing each other more? Like as more than friends?" Lily's eyes widened. "You mean like in my princess movies?" "Something like that." "Yes, I knew it." She paused. "Does this mean I can call Miss Alexandra Mommy?" The question hung in the air. Marcus looked at Alexandra, whose eyes had filled with tears. "Lily," Alexandra said softly, "that's a really big question. Let's give it some time, okay?" "Okay, but I'm still going to practice saying it in my head." Over the next 6 months, they built something beautiful together. Alexandra officially met Marcus's mother, established routines with them, and found her own place in Lily's life. She attended ballet recitals and parent-teacher conferences. She learned to braid Lily's hair and mastered the specific way. Lily liked her sandwiches cut. Then came the morning 6 months later. Marcus was in his office when he got a call to see the new CEO. Alexandra had been promoted to COO. The new CEO, Margaret Winters, reviewed his file. "I'm here to offer you a promotion. Director of Technical Operations. There's one condition. The role requires occasional travel, 1 week per quarter." That evening, Marcus explained the offer to Alexandra. "You should take it," she said immediately. "We'll make it work." He pulled out a small velvet box and Alexandra's breath caught. "I know we said we'd take things slow," Marcus began, "but every day with you feels like coming home. You've brought joy back into our lives." He opened the box, revealing a simple but elegant diamond ring. "Alexandra Sterling, will you marry me and officially become part of our family?" "Yes, absolutely yes." Lily wandered in, saw the ring, and started jumping. "Are you getting married? Can I be a flower girl?" Alexandra pulled her into the embrace. "Yes to everything." "Can I call you Mommy now?" Alexandra looked at Marcus, who nodded. "If you want to," Alexandra said gently. Lily hugged her tightly. "You're my mommy now." 6 months later, they stood in the same park where they'd had their first Saturday together. A small gathering of family and friends surrounded them as they exchanged vows. "I promise to be your partner in all things," Marcus said. "I promise to be a loving partner to you and a caring mother to Lily," Alexandra replied. When they kissed, Lily threw petals in the air and shouted, "They're married now. This is the best day ever." At the reception, Marcus's mother pulled him aside. "I'm so proud of you. You've built something beautiful here." "We got lucky," Marcus said, watching Alexandra dance with Lily. "Luck had nothing to do with it. You chose love over fear again and again." Later, as Lily dozed on Alexandra's shoulder, Marcus reflected on the journey that had brought them here. "What are you thinking about?" Alexandra asked softly. "How I almost missed this because I was too scared to imagine it could be real." "But you didn't miss it." "We didn't miss it." 1 year later at Sterling Industries, Marcus walked into Alexandra's office after returning from a conference. "Welcome home," she smiled. "How was it?" "Long. I missed you both." She handed him a folder. "The board approved your proposal for the technical training program. We're going to help our maintenance staff get engineering certifications. This is going to change lives." "That's the idea." That evening at home, Lily ran to the door covered in flour. "Daddy, we made cookies shaped like airplanes." Marcus scooped her up. "They're perfect, princess." After Lily was asleep, Marcus and Alexandra sat on the porch. "Do you ever think about that first morning?" Alexandra asked. "When we met in the hallway?" "All the time. You saved us, you know. You saved me too." "Mommy?" Lily appeared at the door, clutching her stuffed unicorn. "I had a bad dream." Alexandra held out her arms. "We're right here, baby." "Promise?" "Promise," they said together. Lily settled between them and fell asleep. "Should we put her back to bed?" Marcus whispered. "In a minute. Let's just stay like this." And so they did. The three of them together under the stars. A family built from choice, from love, and from the courage to believe that happiness is worth reaching for.